this video is just about the question that a lot of guys who are kind of new to Daygame or have just kind of stumbled upon it, and they kind of assume that looks are playing like a massive part, and you have to be really good looking, otherwise every girl is going to reject you. And you know, there's other guys who kind of think that, oh, it's nothing to do with looks, it's all about the way the stuff you're saying, the confidence, the non-verbal communication, that kind of thing. So this video, I just want to kind of really kind of drill home like the honest truth about the matter. And I would say that yes, looks do matter. So you know, if you're a really good looking guy, it massively increases the chances that you're going to get with the really good looking girls, whereas if you're not such a good looking guy, you know, you're likely to kind of, you know, stick more around girls who are not that good looking. But obviously with Daygame, you can still shoot a little bit above what you are. So say you're a 5 out of 10 guy, you can shoot for 6 or 7 out of 10 girls. If you're an 8 out of 10 guy, you can shoot for 9 out of 10 girls or 10 out of 10 girls, etc. The key thing really with all this is that the point is that anyone can do Daygame. So it doesn't matter where you are on the scale, whether you're super attractive or not that attractive, it really doesn't matter. You can still do Daygame because there's nothing preventing you from you know, approaching a girl who's not that attractive if you're not that attractive yourself. And it's not like in Daygame you can only approach supermodels, otherwise you can't do Daygame. You know, anybody can do Daygame, and the whole kind of like, oh, it's all to do with looks, it's bullshit. Because, you know, like I say, you can still, if you're, you know, let's say you're like a 5 out of 10 guy and you approach a 9 out of 10 girl, you know, she might still give her number out to you, but it just increases the likelihood that she's going to flake later on, either, you know, when it comes to texting or the dating, whenever. You know, it just increases the likelihood that she's going to flake. So obviously looks do matter, and it's not like Daygame is some kind of, you know, some secret hack in order to get like super hot girls. You know, it's just dating. It's just the fundamental human, you know, biology, where like, you know, Daygame doesn't kind of surpass the basic fundamental human biology of dating, where, you know, people want to kind of date at their level or above. So I've seen it with quite a few guys who are maybe beginners or intermediates, and they, you know, they only do say like 2 or 3 approaches in an hour, and they're sort of like thinking to themselves, oh, there wasn't that many hot girls out there. But, you know, like if you haven't got any girls on at the moment, then there's really no reason why you can't lower your standards a little bit. Especially if you're at the early stages, because it's, you know, it's still good practice to go all the way with a girl, even if she's not the most attractive girl you've ever met. Because yeah, like, you know, doing only say 2 or 3 approaches in the space of an hour, it's going to really limit you massively. Because, you know, even like with some guys, you know, at the early stages, a lot of it is just they're just not doing enough approaches, and they're, you know, they're not getting enough numbers, they're not getting enough conversions into dates, etc. So that can really be a massive issue a lot of the time, I find. I think like with a lot of sort of beginner or even like intermediate guys, they do tend to fall into the trap of not doing enough approaches because of the fact that, you know, some guys that only want to approach the hottest girls out there or the absolute supermodels, when really, like, if you're kind of a beginner guy, then you haven't got any girls on at the moment, then there is something to be said about kind of lowering your standards, at least initially, just to get a few girls under your belt, see what you can do, and, you know, progress onwards from there, rather than just kind of restricting yourself to, I'm only going to approach super hot girls, and then, you know, you end up experiencing far more flakes than you would otherwise. So just bear that in mind. And the other thing obviously to bear in mind is that you can optimize your looks to a large extent. You know, I've covered this in other videos, but the main things really is just kind of sort out your fashion, sort out your haircut, lose weight if you're a bit overweight, and those are the main things that you can do to optimize your looks. But obviously with Daygame, it is more about your verbal communication, non-verbal communication, etc., and your confidence and your vibe, that kind of thing, rather than relying solely on your looks, which is more, you know, with online dating, etc. So yeah, the bottom line is that, you know, Daygame is just another outlet of dating. So it's not going to be like, oh, I'm doing Daygame now, therefore I can, therefore if I'm like a 5 out of 10 guy, I can get supermodels now. It doesn't work like that. You know, you've got to be kind of realistic about it. And yeah, and another kind of misconception is that guys think that, you know, if I get really, really good at day game, then, you know, I'll be able to get those 9 out of 10 girls, when really you're a kind of 5 out of 10 guy in terms of looks, and your general kind of sexual market value isn't that high in general anyway. So just bear that in mind. Cheers for watching. If you'd be interested in one-to-one coaching with me, where we'll go out in public and work on your approach of girls, or more generally with your social confidence, please visit my website ed-game.com.
Perform and the pressure to produce and the pressure to conform to the norm. Animated by the pressure to succeed and the pressure to succumb and the pressure to believe in the cause. Predicated on the pressure to accept and the pressure to explain and the pressure to perfect what is inherently